Hey guys, welcome back to our channel ChandraAwesome. Today we are going to learn about some more sketch tools. As in the previous part, we have only learned about the basic sketch tools whatever need in the Onshape studio. So today we are going to learn about geometric constraints in the sketch studio. Let me create one sketch. Do you know how to create sketch? Select the plane and click on sketch button. Now we come to sketch editor. We have learned about this line rectangle up to this mark, right? And today we are going to, as I said, we are going to learn about geometric constraints. As you can see, from this one to this one, these all are known as geometric constraints, which means you can easily constrain the sketches by using these tools. For example, let me show you. For example, I am drawing a corner rectangle. Okay, so first of all, let me draw a line, and I'm drawing a line. So let me some random line. Okay, so I want to connect this line to the rectangle. How is it possible? You can do it by drawing extra line like this, but I don't want the extra line to it. In that case, what do you want? Undo this. In this one, you have a geometric constraint called coincident, which means if you want to coincident the line at points by selecting them, you can coincident each other, then they join together. I'm selecting this point to this vertex and click on coincident. See, the line is joined to the rectangle. As you can coincident not only to the points, you can also coincident to the lines. Let me try another line. I drawn a line. Now I'm going to constrain to the lines. See, I'm selecting two lines and going to coincident with them. See, now the lines are coincident. So if you have a question where we have to use the coincident of lines or points, means it depends on the sketches of you want. You can use either of them depending upon the sketches as you need. Next we have concentric. You may already learn about concentric in the school days. What does the concentric means? It's like if we draw a circle and I draw some other circle like randomly from another location. Now I want these two circles to be coincident. So it means by tapping on the tool and selecting the circles you want to coincident, and see both circles have a single point. So this means coincident, which means the figure itself have only one point to itself, then only it comes under as called as coincident. And by tapping on the tool, you can also see the explanation of the tool how to use this. Make any point coincident with the circle of an arc or circle. Make center by arc, circle, shade to center point. See, as I said, in the previous it has two center points, and when I am coincident with it have only one single center point. That is called coincident. And we have another constant is parallel. Parallel, guys, parallel means when the two lines will not join together at how many infinite distance will they go, right? Which means like a railway track, their two tracks are not going to be joined. Then that's like, for example, like that we can call it as parallel. Like as you can see in the previous example, I draw some lines, right? This is exactly to the parallel to this line, and this is not somewhat like making an angle. Okay, now I want to make the parallel to this line. So how can you do this? Just simple, guys. Tap on the tool and select which lines you want to be parallel, and see the line undergoing to parallel. And it's not a process, guys. You can do like this also by selecting the two lines and tapping on the tool also will undergo the same operation. You can do any wise process, not a stepwise entry like that. Okay, and we have tangent. Tangent also know when a line is passing perpendicular to a curve, then it is called as tangent. So for example, I am drawing another line to this circle like this. Now what I want is, I want to make this line tangent to the circle. So how can I do that? I'm selecting the circle and the line and tapping on the tangent tool. Now the circle is exactly tangent. You may get doubt, or these are not touching, right? But how can it tangent? If you can extend this line, see, now the circle and line are exactly tangential to each other. Here I didn't given any dimension. That's why the circles areas and dimensions are changing. If you give dimension correctly, then you will understand. You can use tangential, how to use the curves and straight lines only. And you have another geometry called horizontal line, which means, like, let me try another line. Okay, I draw a line some with an angle. Now I want this line horizontal to this line, which means you can also say as perpendicular, but means perpendicular means the two lines must be joined to each other, then only you can say perpendicular. But I want to the horizontal, which means it is this line goes under the horizontal to the axis, like that. Like how, for example, I'm selecting the two lines. I want this line to be horizontal to this one. When tapping on the horizontal, then the lines go horizontal to the axis, to the x-axis. You can see the axis at here. Okay, and if you want this line to be vertical, you cannot change it because you already applied. For a line to many constraints is not possible. It is possible, it depends upon the sketches what you wanted. Okay, like I'm drawing another line, I'm deleting one entity. How you can delete the entities means, like, just move the mouse to the cursor to the point and you can see they highlighted. Right click on it and delete sketch entity. Then the entry will be gone and over constraint of the sketches will also be constrained. So I am drawing and the cross line. Now I want this line to be vertical. Just same like tapping on the two lines and tapping on vertical constraint. Now see, these two lines are calculated. No, but you can see it by showing error. This is because you can see we already applied tangent and we draw this line like exactly to the parallel to the which means we already applied to this side. That's why it's showing errors. If I click on this entity, then it can goes to each other, because as I already said, when the two lines having two entries is not possible, it undergoes over constraints. So now what we have to do, and we have perpendicular. Perpendicular means 90 degrees to the line. So I'm selecting this line and reducing the sketch. I'm selecting the perpendicular tool and selecting the two lines. These are already perpendicular, that's why it's not showing the operation, because it already under the Let's me draw another line. Okay, now I join this line to each other. Now what I want is I want to get into perpendicular to this line. So tapping on the two lines and the line undergoes perpendicular. This is the constraints using the perpendicular tool. You can easily learn it. It's not a really hard one because this type of constraints you already learned in the math school days, not in like in math geometry. Okay, and what we have right here is equals to tool. This is very useful, guys. It also saves time. Like for example, let me draw another rectangle. So now you can clearly see the imaginary dimensions already showing 2.124 and 2.339 of both two sides, which means it is rectangle. Okay, I am pressing on escape. So I want to be square. You can do this by giving dimension to the every line, to the one side of line. This is 2 and this is 2, and this is 2, like this. But this is a time-taking process for me, because I already know how to use the cassettes. So there is a simple process also, guys. Now I don't want to give the dimension to the every line. So in that case, I'm undoing this. I given only one dimension to the particular line. So I want these sketches to be square. In that case, I will use equals to tool. Equals tool means it will equals the dimension of the line or any sketch entity, whatever given. And on the lines, now it undergoes to all lines are equal. If you have doubt, you can check it by any dimension, or else you can tapping on the line at the below, right under below, it can clearly say the dimensions. Length is 2 inch, and this also 2 inch, and this also 2 inch. See, like this you can do it. For not only to circles, guys, you can also give the circles. And but if I go circles, the two circles undergone to be means constant to each other, and you cannot see. Like I'm giving 4, and if I give the board equals to these circles, see, the boards are coincident to each other, which means you cannot say which are they. Say like that. So you might understand this two lines only now, but what is the use of like that? We, like for example, as also I taught you about inscribed polygon like this, right? In this case, you want to give dimension to the lines, so you can't give to the every line, right? It takes time taking process. Because it's already inscribed line, that's why it's going under equal conditions. Like for example, let me take the lines, and I am drawing some random polygon. I want to give this 2 inches. I want to all undergoes to equalize. Like I want this. Which means in equal to, by using equal to, you can only equal to two lines at together, not all two lines. Like I'm giving this to this 2, I am giving this to this 2, I am giving this to this 2. Like this you can do. This is integral figure, that's what it's showing. If you can draw clearly, then you can, it is very useful tool, the equal to. And what you have midpoint, which means here I drawn the line to the perpendicular to the line, but it is not exactly centered to the line. You can clearly understand how it is. Now I'm going to use the midpoint tool, which means if I click on a line, as I said, it is not equal to. So you can use like that. Means here I have two lines. I want this line to join and exactly midpoint to this line. In that case, you can use the midpoint tool and select this point and this line, and you can see the point exactly joins to the midpoint of the line. You can clearly understand how I did this. So that is the use of midpoint. And what we have reached, normal tool, which means it is only used for the curves tools, and like me drawing a line. This is the curve already we have, and I want this line to be normal to this circle. In that case, we need to select both and click on curve, and it undergoes a normal operation. This is already normal. You can clearly understand. See, it exactly goes to the center point. If you still don't have a doubt, let me like this. Now I want to normal to this curve. Like that's the example, and click on normal. See, the line comes to the exactly center, which means normal to the curve it undergoes. Like as you already know tangent and normal. Like this is also same how it works in the sketch tools in Onshape. And we have to learn about a brush tool. Let me enter the sketches, and we have a brush tool, right? How it works? It means, guys, it is used to link with the outside of the path studio. Here you can clearly see make a sketch entity coincident with another entity outside of active sketch plane, which means we are present in the active sketch plane. Means this sketch is linked with the outside of this plane. Like for example, I am drawing. I'm going to create a cylinder right here. I'm going to extrude. Now done, and it is exactly exactly at the center on the top plane. Now I'm going to select the front plane. Like means you can need to draw the sketches perpendicular to them. Okay, I'm going to draw another sketch and draw in some line. Here you can see it is going to coincident with the outside of the active sketch plane, this line. For this you need to select the point and need to select the curve and you select the press line. Now see, it directly coincident with to the edge of the cylinder. And you might also get the doubt, we can also do coincident, right? Let me show you how does it works. If I use the coincident, guys, it means it like only parallel to this edge curve. It do not touch with the curve exactly. So this is what is the difference and how to use the brush tool. If I use the brush tool, it directly connects coincident with the edge of the part. Like this, you can use the brush tool. Okay. Let's try the sketches what we have done. Okay, and we have symmetry. Symmetry, it means if it undergoes, we need to select the three lines. Like I drawn some three lines. Oh, three sketches is undergo. Okay, the shortcut key for drawing the line is L, and I want to do the symmetry to the lines. So by using the symmetry tool, tapping on the three lines, and it undergoes symmetric operation. You might understand the mirror tool is also same like a symmetric tool. If you know, you might get this out. If you don't know, in the future tutorials, I will teach you about how to use the mirror tool. Okay. The symmetric means, guys, it exactly symmetric to the line, which means it does not consider the dimensions and or the shape of the sketch, which means it symmetric to the middle line. Like it undergoes the same equal distance like that type. In mirror means the same exact entity will give the uh, other side of the mirror line. That is the difference. And we have another fix. Fix means it is used for fixing the entities what you want. See, by tapping on the uh, selecting the lines or sketches, it undergoes fix operation. If I say clicks is, uh, you can already understand when the sketch undergoes fully constrained, it turns into black color. Like this, if you want to fix the sketch without moving from this position, you can use this tool, and the sketch turns from blue color to black color. Like this, how to use the fix tool. And we have curvature. Curvature is mostly only works for conics and splines. And we know what is conic. In the arc section, you can draw how to draw conic. And I've drawn a conic like this, and I'm drawing a spline, for example, like this. You can do the I want to curvature to this, which means if I select this line, this undergoes a curvature operation. Here it goes a error line because we didn't give the information, and it undergoes more data. Because let's, for example, let me select this equation. This, see, when I select this from this line to this way, it undergoes the curvature operation, which means it gives the curve shapes. You might also get the doubt, why don't we use the tangent? Because we can use the tangent, but the operation tangents undergoes the, it gives the very straight lines. It means it gives perpendicular to the curve. But curvature, we use curves, not tangents. I'm selecting again, I'm selecting the sketch again, and giving curvature. You can see it gives curves, not the straight line. That is the difference between tangent and curvature operation. I hope you understand what I have teached you about geometrical constraint and how to use in Onshape